I
Good
wish when
morning.
it started, yo, what up though? I wish when it started recording, this window didn't pop up on the thing that you then have to click got it. Because every video starts off with me looking like a dumbass having to poke the screen.
Honey, that has nothing to do with I don't get that little window, by the way, because I control the room. I control the horizontal. I control the vertical. Does
No,
that
you
mean
don't.
anything to you?
I run this show, Sally.
Do you know that reference? I control the horizontal. I control the vertical.
Mm-hmm.
What's it from?
Dinner with Andre. My Dinner with Andre.
You don't know. That's another fun thing we should look at sometime. That's the old beginning to the Twilight Zone, or the Outer Limits. The Outer Limits. I control the horizontal. I control the vertical. And it was old black and white stuff. And anyway,
Wow,
so we ought
that's
to come
great.
up with a list of references I don't get and references you don't get.
Is that like on the radio? Is that like a radio program or
Yeah.
something?
And you know what? If you look through like a little hole in the dial, you could see you dumbass. You know, I remember black and white TV, and I don't remember
Clip it.
black and white.
I don't even care. Clip it. Okay.
Well, alrighty then.
So Sally.
Yeah.
We're fresh. We're at it. We're on one. And by on one, I mean we're on our own channel now.
I know. It's kind of scary, isn't it? Thomas and Sally's World.
Yep. The flip side, baby.
Well, we thought about that, and then you said you didn't like
We thought about that. We did. It's just Thomas and Sally's World because everybody knows who we are. What else, Sally, what else did we find is Thomas and Sally?
Oh my gosh, because I thought I was really surprised that the email Thomas and Sally was taken. I thought, well, that's really, it must be people named Thomas and Sally. So I typed it in. It comes up. It is an opera.
Mm-hmm.
It is it's a book, I think, and it also is the relationship between Thomas Jefferson and Sally. I can't remember. It's Sally. Oh, I've got a potential spam coming in. End the call. And what the hell? Get away from me.
That's the best one. Relationship between Thomas Jefferson and his slave.
Jefferson and her African American slave, that was hidden. So anyway, we have a high bar to live up to. I don't know if you can hear that beeping, but that is potential spam from Grapevine, Texas.
I can't. Thanks for the update, though. I appreciate it.
Yeah. If you get a call from Grapevine, I've been getting a lot of strange calls yesterday. Somebody happened to post my email. Somebody happened to post my emails up on a YouTube call that was broadcast, and they did it a couple times. And since then, I have gotten some really strange calls regarding body parts that I don't even possess. So
you don't own?
Anyway, yeah, I don't own them, don't possess them.
Are these like you're talking about like horns?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
exactly
horns.
it.
Lower horns
and warts. Yeah, horns and warts. I don't have either one of them. Anyway, part of the challenge, I think, we've always had a certain individual we could poke a lot of fun at, which found out he doesn't take poking fun very well. So we're not going to be doing that anymore. So we're trying to come up with a schedule so there is some cohesiveness and some expectation of what might happen. Although, it's always a wild card on this call. We never know what's going to happen. And
what we can guarantee is that we are a content farm. We're going to have content Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm going to do all the work. Sally's going to sit back in her throne.
When you say farm, I think of the manure because we owned a farm. So yes, we're a content farm.
Exactly. I love.
In fact, let's rename ourselves to the Content Farm. That could be our little something. But this Content Farm, some things that and I really would welcome any feedback, which I'll pass to you since you do all the work on this stuff.
Of course, yes, of course.
But we talked, rather than assigning a day, we talked about one day having it back to work or something like that, like a Monday, where we concentrate on some issue directly relating to feedback and try to hold the chicanery down to a certain level. So we have a back to work day.
So that would be like,
um,
that'd be like,
maybe
I mean, so like, so for some examples of that would be sort of like a deep dive on something, a real suggestion, a hint, you teaching me something, me teaching you something, us both teaching each other something, which means nobody learns.
heavy on the takeaway.
Something. Yeah. We try to get a takeaway. Forget the audience. Screw them. We don't
Yeah.
care. It's all. This is an all about us day.
Maybe, so that would be back to work, heavy on takeaway. And another thing we've thought about is we really know some fun people. I know some interesting people. You do too. And there are lots of people in our community that are interesting. And we thought about having, a coffee meeting, a coffee chat or something like that with some people that we admire or don't admire. I don't know. Oh, stop it, Sally. So one would be an interview day, or I'll come up with some clever name like "Quit Yawning." About
Oh, that's the name. Tuesday, quit yawning.
Yes.
Bring it on.
And then we have another day that I want to call. I do like Flip or Flop because, as you know,
you do like that.
I have boxes of stuff that you can sneer at.
There's a lot of garbage you've purchased. By the way, I like Bring It On for the name of the interview day. Tuesday, Bring It On.
Okay, interview, bring it on. Okay, I've thought of another one. Well, I didn't think of it. Somebody suggested it, and that is a live stream.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah,
a live stream
yeah.
Q&A, and that ought to be called Bring It On. But
I'm going to say shout out. Yeah, that's true. That should be Bring It On. By the way, shout out to Mel, Australian folks out there from down under.
It's she cute.
I love Mel. Mel's really great.
Yeah. And she's been extremely generous in
I don't know why. Why is she on? Like, so she's a huge celebrity, obviously. So to ever be on like the 24-hour room, I'm just like, I'm talking to a celebrity.
What are you doing there? What are you doing there?
Yeah. Why are you spending a second with us plebes?
Countdown started to available customer logo bundles in your. I am getting a whole bunch of reselling crap like this one. A countdown started to available customer logo bundles in your range.
Another horn improvement message.
Exactly, and it all has to do with reselling. I'm just getting tons of crap coming in on my.
It's amazing how good they are at that stuff.
Yeah, they're out there scraping the internet for anybody stupid enough, excuse me, to put somebody's emails out on a public broadcast. But okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and we've got 5 days. So I think one day just has to be
Thursday's Flipper Flop Day. Flipper Flop Day.
Okay, I've got that. Well, let's not assign days. I've got back to work, heavy on takeaway, the interview day, Flipper Flop, live stream, Bring It On, and we need one more topic, and I think it might be dealer's choice.
Yeah, that's how we wrote down. We wrote dealer's choice. So the things we had about that, one thing we thought up was like laugh at resellers, which I think would run out of ammunition, and I'd kind of I think that'd probably be like a once a month thing. Sure. Where like you and I kind of bookmark ridiculous things that we've seen on eBay or Amazon or whatever, and just kind of poke fun at it. But don't say it. Don't say it. I only got 7.5 hours of sleep last night, and I need my solid 8. Only 7.5. Well, my life is hard, Sally. It's hard.
I don't remember when I slept 7.5 hours. If I do, they think I'm. I have this son. I've talked to you about him before, and he's really different. But when he was, I don't know, like a little guy, like 4 or 5, I never get sick because I was working 2 jobs, single mom, had 2 kids, and didn't have time to get sick. But I kind of got sick. I had the flu, and so I was laying in bed a lot, and he just sat there by the side of the bed, looking at me mournfully like that, and I thought, isn't that sweet? And finally, he said tearfully, "Mom, are you going to die?" And I said, No. I thought, what a darling. I said, no, I'm going to be okay. And he said, Good, because if you should die, who would feed me?
The
Yeah.
state, son, the state would feed you.
Yeah, the state would feed you and they couldn't afford you either. So I think that's, that's 5 days. We can try, but really, if anybody has any suggestions, I've already taken the suggestion and it was through my inexperience that I did it. Our end slide was obnoxious. And it
I don't
just
know
scared
what
me.
that was. I don't know. So
It was me
I
playing around when I didn't know how to
that was so
adjust volume.
brutal. I listened to a video and then that thing came on at the end and I like threw my headphones off. Like I was like, what? Isabella was in the room and I was like, what was that? Like I thought it was some noise outside and she's like, what are you talking about?
You
And I
thought it was like
realized
a raccoon.
I realized it was just the volume turned to the maximum with some like radio
I didn't know
dial
how to do
noise.
that. I didn't know how to do it.
Boing.
So anyway, you can say goodbye to that. Also,
Thank
I've
God.
kind of done away with the beginning screen too. I didn't really like it. And you're doing it again, Thomas. I don't yawn. It's
Don't
impolite.
yawn. Okay, don't yawn. That's the name of Friday's show.
Right. So everyday show with you. So I think and still realize that maybe we'll be recording stuff that we'll hold for later. Like for example, when I leave next week and I take you on my trip with me and we do thrifting for a couple days, we don't want to do that live each day. So I might just hold those for our dealer's choice days.
Yeah, it's a good thought. That's a really good idea. I like that.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to do that. I have my store on vacation right now and I'm not listening while I'm gone. I'm going to
Wow,
see what
that's
happens.
really
I don't have a lot
ambitious, Sally.
well, I don't have a lot in this is a really kind of going to be a fun trip for me. So I'm still selling stuff while I'm gone. I'm just not listening. So I'm anxious to see what happens, how long it will take me to get back up. Because I'm pretty regularly selling stuff, even though I'm only listing 7 a day. So I'm going to stop that for a week because I was listening to Tech and he said it takes a week to get back up to where you were. So it's worth me to invest a week to have a week, where I'm not listening. I frankly, I don't have the bank to do it right now. I've been otherwise involved, which is a risk of this. And I love the process, as you know. And so this whole thing we're doing with the YouTube channel is process intensive.
I'm loving this. This is a lot of fun for me.
Well, I'm sure it is. Yeah, I get a text. Can you get this uploaded by 7? And I say,
I would,
sure.
I do all the uploading.
Right, you do. Mm-hmm. Well, we'll see, because you'll be doing it while I'm gone. Oh, yeah, since you do it anyway, it should not be a stretch.
Oh, yeah. No problem. So what's our thumbnail for this one? Me yawning.
I've got so many. I've got so many stills of you. I've got to pull a still from the one where the pirate one where where you were clawing your eye because
I
you lost your contact.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, unrelated, but pretty good.
So let me see that. I don't know what, but the thumbnail is. I'm going to come up with something standard, I guess. I'm still studying on what the value of a thumbnail is, and I'm just whipping up these little thumbnails, but I'm not sure that they have attention-grabbing titles like they should.
I think it's far better than just having us sitting on our amazing backgrounds. We have such good backgrounds, to say the least. You know what's funny?
Tell me.
I could move the chair maybe 3 feet and there'd be a solid white background. But I've decided, nope. I need this window that has stayed closed forever now with some pony stuff behind me.
That pony stuff has been there forever. Tell Isabella to get moving on the pony stuff.
That's what I'm saying. She's not gonna like this. She also will never listen to it. She got this like fancy English saddlery handbag for like 80% off on the Real or whatever, because no one knew the brand, but it's really nice smooth leather.
Does it look like a
Some-
saddle? I have a couple of them that are just handmade. They're beautiful handbags that look like an English saddle.
all of the like hardware on it is horseshoes. It's very
Oh.
it's pony centric. It's really nice, but there was like a mark on it, so she tried to get the mark off.
Oh, no, no, no.
Totally fucked it up. So now she's just re-dyeing the whole bag.
Yeah, been there, done that. We do one little tiny mark and then it winds up bleaching a spot on the front of the shirt.
Game over. I know.
Yeah.
That's why I just wear the same shirt every day, because that way no one
I
can tell.
noticed. I'm going to make you a shirt that says I'm Thomas in case anybody confuses the two of us.
Tomorrow, I'm going to wear a shirt that's going to make you feel old. I'm excited.
What kind of a shirt would make me feel old?
That's why I'm excited to wear it.
It's going to be a reference that I just don't get.
No,
I'll tell
no,
you a
no.
reference.
You'll understand it.
I'm having every time I come up with a tagline, you know, for our slides, I have to look up to make sure there's no other reference, and I almost fell into it. Like I didn't know there was an alternate meaning in some circles for the term "we talk." Did you?
Is that like a corner working thing?
No. Evidently, in some circles, when you mention somebody say, "Yeah, we talked," that meant you had a physical relationship at some point. So, I mean, I'm looking up to make sure I don't fall. Yeah. Well, you said one the other day, making it. I looked that up. No, you don't even want to go there.
I mean, like, I don't know. I can't think of anything.
I'm going to
mildly
use
inappropriate.
references from the 50s. Nobody will get them anyway, and I can't get in trouble because you didn't talk dirty in the 50s or 60s, maybe a little bit. But you didn't talk dirty in the 50s. Hey, do you know what? Big news. Last night at 10:45, my Ring camera said, "Hey, somebody's in your." We have an enclosed patio that you have to go through a couple doors to get into, glass doors, and some kid was sneaking around. I've got him on film. And I caught him back there, caught him around the front, going down. Bill caught it too. It came on his phone. He opened the front door and the kid took off running down the road. So today we're going to install lights that go on with the cameras.
Well, I figure you just install like automatic cannons.
You know, I don't know why you mentioned that, but I actually, to some extent, I was thinking of combining that salt shooting fly gun. Wouldn't that just scare the crap out of him? I told
Absolutely.
Bill, I have speakers all around the house. I want to get the sound of a shotgun going, you know.
And but like the whole arsenal, you got the just like loading 20 guns.
Yeah, I think that's all I need to do. Not who are you? Get out of my house. Just, you know, that's one ka-chunk.
That's pretty good. Thieves are kind of the lowest. They're not the lowest on the list, but they're pretty low because it really ruins a life. It makes you distrust the world.
It made me so mad. I don't know if I ever mentioned, but my dad, among a number of things, was a gunsmith, and so I learned to shoot at a very young age, and he always made sure that I had a 38 because I worked in a really bad part of town that would fit because I have small hands, and that would fit my small hands. So I was raised with that. And we never played with them. We weren't even allowed to point a stick at somebody and go bang, when I was a kid. He was a gunsmith.
By the way, for anyone that doesn't know, 38 is a not playing around round.
Nope. And so anyway, mine was a little Python, which is rather nice gun. So anyway, a little diversion here. So my dad's laying in the hospital, dying literally, and I'm holding his hand, and he said, motioned to me to come close. Okay, this is it. He's going to tell me, where all the money. So I lean down and he says, "The minute I'm gone, get the guns out of the house." This is it. Get the guns out of the house. He said, "There's people waiting for me to take my last breath, so they'll come in and steal." So he dies. I go out to the house and I began hauling out these guns, and they're all loaded. And so I'm hauling them all out, and then I look and I see his little walker, and I'm tearing up, and I'm thinking that my dad's hands were the last ones on here, and I put it and look at the little blanket, and he put it on me, and I picked up the blanket, and it's a loaded
Done.
38. Oh hell yeah, oh yeah, yeah. So I don't have, but I'm thinking about the least lethal thing I can have around here, because nobody's gonna come in and try to kill me. They're just gonna piss me off. And so I'm going to come up with something. I thought of really, having an anaconda or some big snake that runs, but I'm terrified of snakes. So I thought, nah,
You could just get a big dog.
I had a trained Doberman years ago when we had this big stable. He was out of California. He was flat out trained. He was a police demonstration dog. I used him mainly to sick him on my son. All I'd have to do is, his name is Crunch, and I'd say, Crunch, hold him. And he would go over. My son couldn't get away because the dog would knock him down. And then the dog would just sit there over him, and he wouldn't do a thing unless my son moved, and then he'd go. And anyway, another story. Here's another one from Dale, Texas. I am getting spam, thank you, all the time now. So I'm going to send to voicemail. Yes, that's what I'll do. In the future, I will silence that on the phone so I don't get distracted. So anyway, I think this has been a productive call. We had a rather non-productive call earlier this morning, but I think this call will help us in our planning process.
So just to run through the schedule real quick for anyone that wants to make a comment or suggestion. Monday, we got.
Let's go through the topic. Don't do the
business.
days. Just say, what are the topics?
Okay. Back to business, interview, live stream.
Flip or flop.
Flip or flop. I always forget that. Dealer's choice.
Yeah. And if there are any other things, and if anybody has some suggestions for who we might want to interview, that would be kind of fun too.
Yeah.
And I don't think I mentioned to you a young man who is extremely successful in the internet business, and I could probably arrange an interview with him, although I'm not sure we would want to. But
we'd get up to 4,000 hours real quick.
I'm sure we would. So, and there are some things I do want to put some fences around stuff, and I know that's kind of called censorship, and yeah, I'm going to do it. It's not my style to get personally ugly about people who aren't there to defend themselves. So I'm probably, I'm going to mock people namelessly, but I really don't want to. Like, if we have people on interview, I'm not going to, I want it to be a nice, productive interview, and there will be no animals hurt in the filming.
No.
Don't they always say that? And you wonder, what do you mean? As opposed to what? You're going to kill that horse that fell over? I guess they did a little bit. Anyway, I'm looking over there. I have 3 rotten bananas sitting on my counter, and I think I'm going to make a nice loaf of cannabis
zucchini bread.
Out of the bananas, of course. You just tell the bananas you're now zucchinis. Good thinking. Okay, well, I've got things to do. How about you?
No, nothing. No, I'm just going to sit on this call. If you leave the room, I'm just going to sit here till tomorrow.
Okay. Well then, Thomas, I'll see you tomorrow.
Lit.
Tell me when you want me to not let you have the room, because
feel free to end the recording. Feel free.
No, you said you open your big mouth. Hey, there's a
no. The recording could stop. You can close the room. I'm sitting here forward at the phone until another request is sent.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then.
Lit.
Well, if she knew how to end it, that would have been kind of dramatic. It's like when you try to leave the room in a huff and you catch your skirt in the door. Okay, I'm done.